and we're going to be doing another one of Mike's cancer videos here. And I have some questions for him for this video. He's about to start his final round of chemo, final cycle this Friday. And it has been a pretty long journey for our whole family. But Mike has been a trooper, a super trooper through all of it. And a lot of times he hides or he doesn't show that it bothers him, but I can tell it does. So since the beginning, you've gone through nausea,
yeah.
Your fingers, your feet hurt, your leg is hurt. You notice these little tiny side effects that aren't so tiny, but you make them look tiny because you're so good at it. He had his finger hurt him, and all of a sudden his nail just disconnected from his finger. He lost a fingernail, and now this week, he's not on chemo this week, but his toe split. His little toe cracked right underneath where it bends, and it looks like somebody just cut it with a knife. So I have to ask you how you've been able to do this, you know, and not
do what?
Well, go through chemo, not break down, you know. I know, like his second cycle, he just started getting really agitated, and the first time it's not like aggression, but just agitation. It's totally different. And he got agitated and he snapped at me, you know, and it really hurt my feelings, but I kind of just let it go. And 5 minutes later, he's like, "I'm really sorry. I jumped on you. I don't know why I did that." And from then on, I learned not to take it personally, to stand back and just let him feel what he's feeling, because you can't control the things that chemo does to you all the time. I mean, you know.
Well, yeah, I would get agitated. I'm pretty sure it's probably just like PMS. Because, I mean, every little thing would just irritate the crap out of me. You know, even little things, as I was doing them, they would just frustrate me and irritate me beyond belief. And I know I normally wouldn't get irritated by such little stuff, but yeah, that's got to be some kind of side effect from the chemo. It hasn't been too bad, you know. My fingers hurt every once in a while, my feet hurt, which is what they said were going to be side effects. We haven't made a video in a while just because after the third or fourth one, all of the side effects and all of the effects that I was having were just the same, you know, over and over again. So we just didn't want to make the same video over and over again. That would just get old. So coming up here on Friday, I will be starting my last round of chemo. And after that, a couple weeks after that, I will have my follow-up CT scan or MRI, CT.
CT.
Yeah, CT scan. And then after that, I should be cleared with everything. So we are going to wait until after my CT scan, and then we'll make a final video. But Lori just kind of wanted to show that it just doesn't affect me, you know, it affects family members. People get worried, you know. But so far, everything has been going about the way I expected. So
another thing that we noticed with his chemo is his blood. It did affect his liver levels. It's affected his vitamin B, different things each time. The first dose was too strong, so they took him down a pill. 2 pills a day they took off, and the blood levels. But I have to tell you, go through this with you. Mike had his colonoscopy, and they brought me back to his room, and we were just joking around and just waiting, and the nurse came in and she's like, "I bet you're hungry because you didn't get to eat yesterday. You know, what are you going to eat?" He said, "I'm going to go have me a big Jimmy John sub." And 5 minutes later, the doctor walks in and he said, "You can't leave. You have cancer." So cancer isn't just about one person. It's your whole family unit. And I looked at Mike in his bed after the doctor told him, and he look so small to me, like a child. You did.
I'm a little bigger than you
Yeah,
are.
I know, but you look so innocent. He had this innocent look on his face, like he'd just been punched in the face by some big school bully or something. And I had to leave the room, you know, because I didn't want to break down in front of him. And I called our son. Our son's a healthcare worker. He's an MRI tech. And people say...
Actually, she didn't know, but I was upset because then I wasn't going to get my
Jimmy
sandwich.
John's sandwich, but...
Because then he said,
yeah,
hold on. He said I had to fast again the next day because my surgery was going to be in 3 days. So I got like 2 meals, in 5
days.
So
yeah.
I was kind of ornery at that.
But I called our son, and I've heard it said that if you're upset or your blood pressure's up and you hear your mother's voice, that it lowers your blood pressure, and that's not true with me. It's my son. He's so good with patients. He sees cancer all the time, and I can't help understand what my son goes through, but he's really been a trooper and a rock for us, helping us interpret tests. The second person I called was my mother-in-law, and I call her mom, and I call Mike's dad, and mom said, oh, for Pete's sake, and she yelled on the phone, not at me, but at the situation, and she says, I'm coming down there. Where are you? Do you want me to come down there? I'm coming down there. You know, this is his mom, you know. And yes, I wanted her down there, and I needed her down there, and I thought Mike needed her down there. And through his surgery, because he had his surgery 5 days after this, the surgeon saw him immediately. His mother, mom and my sister-in-law Julie and his aunt Janet came to the hospital to sit with me while Mike was in surgery. And what I'm trying to say here is, it's one big unit, this whole family with, you know, cancer and family, because, you know, it's Mike's aunt, his uncles, his cousins, their kids, his brothers, his sister, their kids. It's everybody is affected by this. And not just because they love Mike and he has cancer and we're all scared we're gonna lose him, you know, and now he's got this big fight ahead of him we gotta encounter. But Mike has always been a leader in his family with those boys, with his cousins, with his brothers. You know, if there was something to try first, Mike was the one to try it first before anybody else would do it, you know. And in this situation, he is leading his family by getting them to get their colonoscopies, to get checked, to make sure they're safe and they're okay. Because Mike loves his family and I love his family. And we're all in this together with Mike. So cancer just doesn't affect the one with cancer. It does. But I have to tell you something. So seeing you in that bed, looking so small, like an innocent little child, I need to tell you today, you're the strongest man I know.
Thanks, son.
You're so strong, you hide it all, and I know you're in pain. And the pain with your surgery you went through, and chemo, and everything you've done, you're the strongest man I've ever met.
Thanks. I hope you guys like our backdrop today. This is an area that I come every fall, probably just about once a week. Try to see if I can find grouse. There's a lot of grouse around, there's some rabbits around. So I like to come out here, walk around in the woods. There's probably, I think like 3,000 acres out here. So it's a nice area. You can do some trout fishing back here. I haven't tried it, but I know there's some nice trout back in here. So,
so before Mike found out he had cancer, we started a fundraiser for the Cancer Research Institute. This is our breast cancer hive. I'm putting the link below the video in the description if you want to donate. It doesn't go to Mike or our family or anybody. It goes to the Cancer Research Institute, which helps find these cures for cancer, which is helping Mike hopefully be a survivor of colon cancer. And if you want to donate, please click on the link below and it'll take you to the Cancer Research Institute, which is our page on there. But again, it doesn't go to us, it goes to the Cancer Research Institute.
Yeah, and if you donate something, we don't even find out about it, so
Yeah.
it's just goes straight to
You
them.
can do
just
it
for,
anonymously
just
too.
for cancer research. So.
And Mike and I would like to thank all our family. We'd like to thank our son, Michael. We'd like to thank his parents, Mom and Dad, for being such a support for us through this. And the rest of his entire family, our bee club, our friends, people from across the world have come out and showed their support. And we love you all and thank you all. And get out and get your colonoscopy, everybody.
You know, everybody's been really supportive to help us out, and Lori's picked up a lot of slack in the work. She's had to work a little harder, even though she's going through some stuff too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you again in a couple of weeks probably, and we'll wrap up this series. Thanks.